One of the biggest pains in life is comparing yourself to others. We often think, why is he so successful and I'm not? But we don't try to understand. His path and mine are not the same. Remember, if a fish wants to fly like a bird, it will spend its whole life thinking it's not good enough, even if it can swim across the entire ocean. These days, because of social media, this habit of comparing ourselves has become even worse. We see someone else's success and start to feel like our own life is small. We forget our own talents. And this kind of thinking slowly pushes people into sadness and hopelessness. That's why today's story is for anyone who has ever felt, "I'll never be as good as them." Listen carefully, because every line in this story can change the way you think. Once, there was a small village near a town, and beside that village was a big and beautiful forest. In that village lived a boy named Aarav. Aarav was hardworking and kind, but there was one habit that made him sad all the time. He always compared himself with others. When he saw his friend Kabir getting the best grades in class, Aarav would think, "I wish I was as smart as him." His neighbor Rohit was very rich. Aarav would think, "I wish I had money like him." Even if he saw someone running fast, he would think, "Why can't I run that fast?" These thoughts made Aarav more and more unhappy. He couldn't focus on his studies. He didn't enjoy doing anything. All the time, one thought stayed in his mind: "I'll never be like them." One day, a wise old man came to the village. Everyone called him Baba Raghav. He always gave meaningful advice, and people loved listening to him. Aarav went to him and said, "Baba, I work really hard, but when I see others doing better than me, I feel very sad. It feels like I'll never be as good as them." Baba Raghav smiled and said, "Come to the oldest tree in the village tomorrow morning. You'll find your answer there." The next morning, Aarav went to the tree. Baba Raghav was already waiting. He said, "Look around carefully. What do you see?" Aarav looked and replied, "There are so many different trees. Some are tall, some are short. Some have lots of fruits, and some have none." Baba Raghav smiled and said, "Now imagine if this apple tree compared itself to the coconut tree and said, 'Why am I so short?' Or if the coconut tree said, 'I wish I had sweet fruits like apples.' How would that sound?" Aarav laughed and said, "That would sound really silly, Baba." Then Baba Raghav asked, "How does this whole forest feel to you?" Aarav replied, "It feels peaceful and beautiful. Everything feels just right." Baba Raghav said, "Just like life, every tree has its own special quality. In the same way, every person has different strengths. The apple tree gives sweet fruit. The coconut tree is tall and strong. They are different, but both are important." Then Baba Raghav took Aarav near a pond. Fish were swimming in the water and a bird was flying in the sky. Baba Raghav said, "Imagine if the fish said, 'I wish I could fly like the bird.' Would that be right?" Aarav said, "No. Fish are meant for swimming and birds are meant for flying." Baba Raghav smiled and said softly, "Then why do you want to be like someone else? You have your own path. You have your own strengths. You just need to discover them." After hearing these words, something changed inside Aarav. He understood that comparing himself to others only brought pain. From that day on, Aarav stopped comparing himself with anyone. He focused on his own work and his own growth. Slowly, his confidence returned. Life started feeling fresh and meaningful again. A few years later, through hard work and belief in himself, Aarav built his own business. He became an inspiration for the entire village. Whenever someone asked him, "How did you become so successful?" Aarav would smile and say, "Never compare yourself to others. If a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it focuses on swimming, it can own the whole ocean." Remember, the sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both are important. Find your path. Walk it in your own way. That's where real success begins.
If you liked this story, give it a like and share it with others. See you again in a new story.